Last night almost felt like a debate night. You could hear the fact-checkers uncapping their red Sharpies as Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump went one after the other, fielding questions on national security. But the dueling narratives each nominee built were certainly enlightening in how different they were, and some foreign policy experts would say in how detached from the facts on the ground they were. CNN political reporter Sarah Murray's in Cleveland following the Republican nominee who just gave a speech there. Sarah, it's hard to argue that anyone had a particularly good night last night. So Hillary Clinton first thing this morning going on the offensive, responding to some of Trump's more provocative comments, but it seems as though Trump was set on making sure that Clinton did not get the last word.
You're absolutely right, Jake. Donald Trump was here in Cleveland. He was appearing at a charter school, and he was supposed to be addressing education policy, but he couldn't help but rehash some of those topics that came up during last night's National Security Forum. Now, one of the things he did was he went into a lengthy defense, saying that he was an early opposer of going into war in Iraq, despite all of the evidence to the contrary. And he also couldn't help but going after Hillary Clinton one more time on her emails.
Last night was yet another test, and Donald Trump failed yet again.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump waging political warfare today over who is more qualified to serve as commander-in-chief.
The whole country saw how unfit she was at the town hall last night.
After Donald Trump lavished praise on Russian President Vladimir Putin last night,
I think I would have a very, very good relationship with Putin. He's been a leader far more than our president has been a leader.
Hillary Clinton took to the tarmac, denouncing Trump's preference for Putin over President Obama as bizarre and astonishing.
Now, that is not just unpatriotic and insulting to the people of our country as well as to our commander-in-chief. It is scary because it suggests he will let Putin do whatever Putin wants to do and then make excuses for him.
She tried to make up for her horrible performance last night. It was a horrible performance. So she went on the tarmac and told more lies.
Clinton taking Trump to task for offering relatively few details in Wednesday night's National Security Forum.
He says his plan is still a secret, but the truth is he simply doesn't have one. And that's not only dangerous, it should be disqualifying.
That's as Trump explained he has a plan to defeat ISIS. He's just not ready to reveal it.
I have a substantial chance of winning. If I win, I don't want to broadcast to the enemy exactly what my plan is.
The GOP nominee saying he'll rely on the input of generals to help craft his anti-terrorism agenda, just not the generals currently leading the nation's military.
I think under the leadership of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, the generals have been reduced to rubble. They have been reduced to a point where it's embarrassing for our country.
As Clinton seized on the moment to lash out against Trump's temperament.
We saw more evidence that he is temperamentally unfit and totally unqualified to be commander-in-chief. He trash-talked American generals.
Trump also generating controversy last night for standing by this tweet about sexual assault in the military.
In 2013, on this subject, you tweeted this, quote, 26,000 unreported sexual assaults in the military, only 238 convictions. What did these geniuses expect when they put men and women together?
Well, it is a correct tweet.
With both candidates now receiving classified briefings, Trump says he left with the impression the intelligence community isn't pleased with the Obama administration.
I am pretty good with the body language. I could tell they were not happy.
An assessment Clinton scoffed at.
I think what he said was totally inappropriate and undisciplined. I would never comment on any aspect of an intelligence briefing that I received.
Now, Donald Trump did eventually make it back around to education policy in his appearance here in Cleveland today, but it was a little bit of an awkward setting to see him speaking at this charter school where there are a number of rows of school children as he talked about the threat that the country faces because of terrorism and as he essentially called Hillary Clinton a liar for how she handled her emails. Jake?